Kanye West spills rumors about bankruptcy amid controversies. Kanye West is once again making headlines. For the past few weeks, Kanye West, now legally known as Ye, has been battered with bad news that would deeply hurt his pocket. Adidas decided to cut ties with him after years of successfully working together. This shocking news would not only look bad on Ye, but it would have a catastrophic effect on his finances. But it looked like more bad news was coming as brands after brands, which have worked with and partnered with West over the years, also followed suit, causing him to lose millions of dollars. If you're not living under a rock, you surely know why this is all happening to Ye. This unexpected turn of events started when Ye made anti-Semitic comments and racially insensitive remarks. Without batting an eye, every company for which he has ever worked dropped him. The collaboration between Ye West's Yeezy brand and Adidas was considered a revolutionary move for the sportswear giant. It's not every day you get to hear Adidas partnering with someone who is not an athlete. And now, Adidas has ordered to cease all production of Yeezy and stop all payments to him. In its press release, Adidas made it clear that Ye's comments about the Jews were considered unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous. They also added that Ye has directly violated the company's values of diversity, inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. But the downfall of Ye's empire did not end here. People were calling out other digital platforms like Spotify and Apple Music to boycott Ye's music. This could only mean one thing: Ye would potentially lose his other source of income. It looks like petitions to cancel Kanye West will not end soon. This is something unheard of, especially for a multifaceted celebrity. Social media could truly make or break celebrities, regardless of status. We all know how opinionated he can be. Ye has always been known for not filtering his words as long as he was able to accurately express his point. Did Ye West's mouth get the better of him this time? But we all know how he is. He refused to back down and be easily cancelled out in spite of all the drama. His sole reaction to brands dropping him and losing millions was to make another controversial remark. Ye pointed out that this is how the world works now. If someone says something contrary to popular opinion, they will be cancelled out immediately. Without hesitation, they would be treated as outcasts. People have also expressed their thoughts about this matter. Many of them agree that this is happening because of Ye's rude behavior and tactless mouth. While others disapprove of Ye's insensitive remarks, they've also accentuated the hypocrisy of the brands and companies that terminated him. These same brands turned a blind eye when Ye was also making anti-black comments before. No one dropped him. In fact, they did not do anything. Was this because Ye is part of that community and it's totally okay if he makes those kinds of comments? Let us have a rundown on what exactly happened and how Ye took all the criticism and bashing. What triggered this whole thing to blow up? The world is aware that the one and only Ye West is extremely tactless and indiscreet in speaking out his mind. He is no stranger to controversy. He was even married to one. He was often seen as nonchalant whenever there were major issues regarding him. But with all the intrigues in which Ye was involved over the past decade, this one had taken a serious toll on his image and finances. One of the world's wealthiest entertainers, Ye amassed his wealth through his music, real estate, his Yeezy brand, and other brand endorsements. According to Forbes, he has an estimated net worth of $1.8 billion, making him the richest musician of 2022. But with this latest controversy, this would cause severe damage to everything he has worked for many years. In just days, Ye's empire is starting to topple, and this is making him worry. Other than his offensive remarks against Jews, fans were shocked and citizens were outraged when he was seen wearing a t-shirt with the words "White Lives Matter" in his fashion line during Paris Fashion Week. Many thought that this was another one of his PR stunts, but instead of addressing it with courtesy, Ye chose to aggravate the situation. On October 7 of this year, Ye publicized his private conversation with Diddy. In his Instagram, he posted a screenshot of a text message he claimed to be from Sean Diddy Combs. He insinuated that Combs was being controlled by the Jews. Instagram has taken down the post and restricted Kanye's account. Ye switched to Twitter to rant and share the following tweet that set the online community on fire. "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing about this is that I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jews also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda." For those of you that don't know what DEFCON is, it is short for Defense Readiness Condition and is used by the US military to measure safety alerts with 5 levels in total, of which one is the most serious and signals serious nuclear war. 2 days after posting this vicious anti-Semitic comment, Ye's account was also shut down. You would think that by this time, Ye finally realized the big damage he caused with his comments. But instead of slowing down, he jumped from one interview to another and continued to make racist comments and statements about Jewish people. In an interview hosted by Tucker Carlson, Ye talked about making a series of anti-Jewish comments. He told Carlson, "My kids are going to a school that teaches black kids a complicated Kwanzaa. I prefer my kids know Hanukkah than Kwanzaa. At least it would come with such financial engineering." With all his insensitive and rude comments, it looked like Ye was not regretting anything he said. Getting an apology from him seemed impossible, especially now that there were people showing support for him. Posters saying Kanye West is right about the Jews were seen plastered on an overpass in Los Angeles. Seeing that there were people who supported Ye, the stress over canceling him grew intensely by the minute. Other celebrities and public figures have lashed out at Ye and have called out different companies and brands to cut ties with her once and for all. In the following weeks, Adidas ended his longtime partnership with Ye. Other brands that have done the same are Balenciaga, TJ Maxx, Foot Locker, Gap, and Vogue, to name a few. CAA talent agency no longer wanted to work with Ye. Famous personalities have shown their disappointment and rage over Ye's hateful comments. Some who refuse to be associated with him are Camille Vasquez, Johnny Depp's lawyer, Aaron Donald, and Jaylen Brown. Donald and Brown shared with the media that they were leaving Ye's sporting agency Donda Sports. Furthermore, Ye was not entertained and was escorted out of JP Morgan Chase Bank. The bank set a deadline for him to find another bank to transact his business and finances. As a musician, knowing that Spotify and Apple Music were already working on removing all his music must have hurt him the most. Unlike other companies, Adidas did not let go of Ye days after he made racial comments. They took their time because they have been working with Ye since 2013. Everybody knows that Ye's brand Yeezy has generated billions of dollars for the company. Their affiliation with Ye has made a huge cultural impact, more than the Air Jordans. This was the main reason why Adidas was not quick to dismiss Ye. A social media outcry and online petitions were made to pressure Adidas to let go of Ye. Reports were out that Adidas stocks had gone down the drain, and ultimately, the company released an official statement that Ye and Adidas would not be working together again. Adidas dropping Ye would mean losing $250 million at the end of the year, but they stood by their company's values and believed that even without Yeezy, people would continue to support and patronize them. The only person who would be affected by all of this is Kanye Ye West himself. No one should be blamed but himself. Based on Forbes' latest data, Ye's value has decreased to $400 million. All this money comes from real estate, his music catalog, and his 5% stake in Kim Kardashian's brand Skims. Kanye West's status has now been downgraded. He is not a billionaire anymore. With all these controversies surrounding Kanye West, will he finally admit his shortcomings? Will he finally apologize? Ye remained calm and unfazed when he lost his billionaire status. Rumors were circulating that brands dropping him was what you all wanted all along. He wanted to let everyone know that he was right all this time. The fact that big companies and organizations let him go was not a big deal. This is now the reality for every person who chooses to stand up for their beliefs against the mainstream. They would be cancelled automatically. There was still a significant number of people who loved and supported Ye. They know that he is the only person brave enough to point out the flaws in the system. But many condemn him for his insensitive and racist remarks. Do you think this will be the end of Kanye West? Will he be more aggressive now in expressing his opinion since he's not bound by any brand's values and protocols? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you not entertained? If you are, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.